My fellow Flames, I think the entire community is in agreement when we say the movement and traversal mechanics in Wuthering Waves is some of the best we've seen in any gacha game in recent years. As we know, we had Grapple when the game first started, we had the Inferno Rider which gives us a longer distance of traversal for a period of time, we then had Shorekeeper who can transform into a beautiful butterfly and scale the lands, we then had Flight introduced in 2.0, and now other characters such as Phoebe, such as Cantarella, and many or more are getting different traversal mechanics. Excuse the stutter there. But the question is, are these mechanics that specific characters are getting pay to win? Is traversal becoming pay to win? Is traversal going to get to a point where you need a certain character to get to a certain area quicker? Probably not, considering that we've got Flight in the game. But I've seen people complain, moan and cry saying, but why does Cantarella have speedy swimming? That's pay to win. But why does Phoebe have that Flight traversal mechanic, even though it's for a period of time and can't be used all the time? You have to recharge it. Why does she have that? Well, we're going to be answering that question today and why people are complaining about this kind of thing. And I'm going to be reacting to a video that my good friend Lena Sarah Rate Up Radio has created saying, are mobility skills too good in Wuthering Waves? If you enjoyed this video, hit that like, comment and subscribe if you're new. Without further ado, the stutter is crazy today. Let's get into this.
If there's one thing every Wuthering Waves fan can agree with, it's that movement feels amazing.
Yes.
Whether it's the game's infinite sprint, the incredibly easy yet satisfying wall running,
yes,
and of course, Flight.
Yes.
There's no denying that Wuthering Waves has knocked it out of the park
this is true.
Time and time again.
In
fact, there are plenty of areas that let you run faster just by picking something up. And that fast sprint is excellent for those who just want to traverse on foot. But there is a type of traversal that is exclusive to certain characters.
Yes.
So let's talk about some of these modes of transport and discuss whether they were good for the game or whether it even matters at all.
I don't think it matters at all because we've got so many different travel mechanics that is universal to the entire roster and of Wuthering Waves. Every player can use it free to play. You've got like the Speedy Gonzalez mechanic where you just pick up an item and you just sprint for miles and miles. You've got the Flight, which is universally available for 2.0 anywhere in Renacita. And then if you know, we've got Grapple and we've got other echoes that can help us traverse the land of 1.0 now as well. I don't think Flight is ever going to come to 1.0 unless it involves a certain story aspect in the future, but I think the traversal mechanics is not pay to win, and I don't think it's a problem. In fact, I don't think it matters at all. I think if anything, it's more of an option for you. Do you want to use this character-specific traversal mechanics and movement mechanics, or do you want to use the universal option that everyone has?
Starting with Shorekeeper,
in my opinion,
her special mode of transport sees her turning into a butterfly. And while she's in this form, she's able to pick up any plants she happens to come across.
No one uses this, by the way.
Along the way.
No one uses
Doing
this.
actually fills up her forte bar, which is good and bad.
But she's drowning. You just caused her to drown, Lena.
Maximum,
she's drowning.
To re-enter her butterfly state will make her do an attack instead, thus wasting a lot of time.
Yeah.
So what I like to do after I'm done traversing, if I want to use the butterfly again, is I just end it with an attack.
Why are you using it, though, Lena? Why are you using this doggy doo-doo traversal mechanic, which people thought was cool when the character came out, but now we realize just how mediocre and terrible it is?
A heavy attack, that is. And it spends her gauge, allowing her to butterfly even more. I actually like this.
It's time to butter up, Buttercup.
One a lot due to how it can climb vertical surfaces like this. You can just bounce all over the place and
I didn't know that.
ascend swiftly.
That's pretty cool.
Why spend the time climbing when you can just butterfly?
See, I actually didn't know you could do that. But now I will do that. Maybe there is a reason for me using that mechanic, and I think Lena's just helped me find it. Thank you. Thank you.
Around. It definitely makes a difference to Huanglong areas. I have to say though, I pretty much never use its function for picking up plants.
No.
It usually just happens by accident,
yeah,
if anything.
it's
nice to have. Does it punish players who didn't go for it? No, I don't think so.
No.
And while we're talking water, there's no one who's better at traversing it than Cantarella.
True.
Cantarella's ability allows her
just use a gondola.
to swim quickly
Just use
in
the
water
gondola
once
that
you
everyone
sprint,
loves.
including a unique sprinting animation. And she can actually jump out of the water whenever she wants.
Yeah.
When she's swimming, she has stamina for days.
This is true. I've seen this. Yeah.
Quickly, she doesn't use a lot of stamina.
Damn, it was that slow though.
This means that traversing the water with Cantarella feels great. But is it necessary to do so?
No.
And is it punishing players?
No, it's not. It's not punishing players because you use a gondola or you fly like everyone in the entire game can do.
Who
fly.
didn't get her? Well, the reality of Wuthering Waves is that there's not a lot of reasons to get in the water in the first place. Sure, you can...
The only thing that is pay to win is the fact that if you want that specific character with the assets on the frontal part of the character and a voice to soothe any monster to sleep, that's the only thing I think people are missing out on.
Swim between some islands, but at the end of the day, it's just a little bit of fun. After all, while you can swim around various islands, there's not a lot of point to doing so.
No.
Especially in later areas of the game when you can just fly.
Fly,
so
exactly.
I see this as a fun little perk of Cantarella that fits with her lore.
It is a fun little perk.
Ultimately,
it is a fun
break
little
the game
perk.
in any way and doesn't punish players for not pulling Cantarella. I never really use this one, but I think it's
I just didn't want the character, that she was an easy skip for me.
nice that it exists. She's also the only character that gets wet, so that's something
I wonder why.
too, I guess. Speaking of movement abilities that are more efficient in 1.x areas than they are now,
Lumi,
next on the list
the
is Lumi's
speedster.
unique sprinting ability, whose animation ended up
See, you know Chisya that wanted to be the speedster of Jinzhou? No, we already have one.
being used in the optional sprint that
Big booty mouse girl.
the rest of the characters can
With
do in
Lumi.
certain locations when they grab the item. This fast sprint targets enemies as you run by them, which can be
It could have been really, really cool. Lumi could have been so cool, but she's just a wasted character.
a problem at times. And it
So I
also
like her design
reduces
as well.
her stamina a lot. It's definitely a fun idea that I would love to see explored more, and absolutely fits her character.
God, we need more 4 stars. We need so many more 4 stars in this
as a
game.
delivery
Kuro,
person.
give us
But
4
the
stars,
fact is, it
please.
targets enemies, and that can be a bit of a problem at times. Frankly,
If
I don't
Beiying or
think this one is
Beiying, whatever
hurting
the new
people who
character
don't
is,
own
the one that was
Lumi,
introduced in the story, isn't a 4 star, I'm going to flip out.
And more importantly, Lumi is a 4-star character. One of the few 4 stars in the game,
No, one of the 0 4 stars in the game.
I might add. And a year into the
She was the last 4 star we got.
game's life cycle, she is still only the second new 4-star character, somehow. Odds are, most people will end up having her, and this sprint will belong to everybody. I think the
Yep.
fact that they gave a 4-star a cool movement ability is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope they keep doing that with the other
Her movement is so cool. Her movement is really, really cool.
4 stars. But sometimes a movement ability specific to a character comes along that is so powerful, it makes all the other
Phoebe.
ones look weak.
Yes.
Phoebe's movement ability allows her to heavy attack in midair to fly on her staff, which she looks adorable while
Yeah,
doing,
she
by the
does.
way. The reason this is so powerful is that you can dodge and then do it again, and then you can grapple and you
do
can
it again.
again. People who are truly skilled with this can maneuver themselves all over the place in no time at all. Without a doubt, she is the premier character to traverse through 1.x areas with. You
Yeah.
can get anywhere so easily.
But at the same time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If people complain, it's pay to win. It's pay to play for the traversal of the Phoebe. No, it's
Who
not.
needs to
It's
fly
cool.
when you just have Phoebe?
It's
These
very
kinds
cool.
Of long gaps. I mean, just grapple, just dash. Wherever you want to go, Phoebe can take you, and it's so easy. At least until you run out of stamina.
Yeah, until then.
She's pretty much got it all. She's got the power of a 5-star that can support herself, and she is just so many levels of fun to traverse with. I love getting around the place with her. It's incredible.
She's very fun.
I love Phoebe. She's so good. And while it would be a little bit sad not to own her and not to get to avail of this really convenient traversal, again, it's not really necessary.
No.
Sure, it can make traversing 1.x areas feel way nicer.
Oh, it does.
And
It definitely
sure, you
does.
can cross any kind of gap you want with her, really. But just like all these other characters, it's not necessary at all, and in Renacita, you gain access to flight.
The #1 flight. Look at this. The #1 travel mechanic in the game.
You feel like you're missing out on.
You're not missing out on anything.
That flying can end up being a lot of work. So if you're looking for something a little more low-key, you may want to consider
Oh, just get Lupa.
After a little while of sprinting,
her sprint, yeah.
She will start moving just a little bit faster
look
than
at her go.
everybody else. She has places to be, and they are directly
I gotta fly. I got things to do, people to see, places to go and visit.
Ahead of her. Lupa's ability is just to run faster. It looks a little bit sped up, so...
But I love it. It's so goofy.
Oh, it's kind of funny looking, but
it's great.
It works. It gets the job done.
Yeah.
It makes sense that a wolf
Look at her go. Look at the
fast,
determination on her face.
And run fast she does. After just a few seconds, she really picks up the pace. The nice thing about this is that it doesn't use stamina outside of combat because it's just a sprint.
That's cool.
So she can keep going and going and going. And
I wasn't sure if you had to like double tap the sprint button for it to just activate or something.
The easiest way to get around without using too much effort. She's got sprints for days.
She does.
And if you prefer her tail to match the rest of her, yeah, you can make that happen by just getting her forte bar up.
Yeah.
Then you can enjoy a nice relaxing sprint while staring at her toned back, I suppose.
Yeah, she trains back every day.
Great, and it's very convenient.
Deadlifts,
definitely.
lat pull downs,
but our new players missing out,
seated
it's not
rows.
Like it's going to stop them getting where they want to
Bent
go in a
over
reasonable
rows.
amount of time, especially as
single dumbbell bent over rows. Cable pullovers.
flight is much faster and available in 2.x
Yeah, just
areas.
fly it. Just for God's sake,
I'd
just fly
say
it.
things are looking pretty good for Lupa.
Lupa's just hot though.
It's just a nice...
And she's like such a cool, flashy character. And her voice is great. And her voice actress is great.
It's extra reward if you happen to have her too. Movement in Wuthering Waves is pretty incredible. And frankly, none of these awesome movement abilities are even required. Scaling walls is simple no matter what. Kuro Games has added interesting methods for transport everywhere, no matter what character you're playing as, so you can be as fast as Lumi without even having Lumi. But if you happen to have some of these characters, you can avail of their extra abilities. It's really nice not to be punished for not pulling a character.
Yeah.
And I think it's something games could learn from.
Specifically, it's something Genshin Impact can learn from, you know?
At the end of the day, they're just bonuses. But do tell me, which of these movement abilities is your favorite?
Probably Phoebe's, but I haven't really used... No, Lumi's. Lumi's is my favorite, followed by Phoebe's. But then again, my favorite traversal mechanic is the flight that everyone can have.
And share some interesting techniques you've learned in the...
I have no technique, Lena. But hey, that was a good video from my good pal, Lena Sarah. Go subscribe, like to Rate Up Radio. And comment down below and let her know what your favorite mechanic is. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Take it easy and have a good rest of your day.